welcome to PS4, and here is a little series of videos that are about the Behemoth battle. You can see him just in the background there. This is Final Fantasy 15 episode Duscae, which came free if you pre-ordered Final Fantasy Type 0. I've played it all the way through to the end, and it is fabulous actually. I'm really excited when this game is going to be released. This is a demo. Takes 3 or 4 hours to complete if you really want to explore everything, so it's very generous. It looks lovely, and on release it'll look even lovelier. So what's happening here, this is quite nice. You've tracked this big beastie, this Behemoth, down, and your team will go through a plan. Now this is fully voice acted. I obviously think at this point the voice acting had been completed, so some of this is text only, but this is the plan. So you've got a strategy. This guy here, Ignis, is your strategist, and with a lovely posh English voice, and he goes through strategy. You've got Gladio, who is your muscle, and you've got Prompto, who is comic relief, I suppose, and this guy who you're playing is Noctis, who is a prince. There's the chap you're after. So you've got your plan. Now you have to execute the plan. The whole reason you're tracking down this beast, this Behemoth or Behemoth, whichever you prefer, is because you need to raise 25 grand to repair your car so you can leave. So that's the thrust of this demo. You've got to complete this. So this is a 2-part battle, and this is the first part. Then I'm going to do a video on something that will get you an ability that will make the second part very simple. So here it comes. This is your warp skill. I'm going to go through the battle mechanics on a different video, but you're luring him into the trap. You go, lovely, and look at him, isn't he lovely? So in goes Gladio and hits him on his blind side. Oh, Prompto smacks him. And then this is a really cool thing. From, dangling around up here where you've warped, you can actually walk down to attack like that, which is quite devastating generally, particularly if you've got a slightly less impressive boss than this. And you might think, ooh, well, that was easy. Look, they're bros, these guys. They're fist bumping, they're having a great time. Quite nice characters, quite interesting. It'd be interesting to see how they develop in the full game. There's a real feel of, whoa, here we go, feeling of camaraderie about it. Right, and he's the prince, so they all run to his rescue. I think the Gladio and Ignis are people he's known them all for a long time, but Gladio and Ignis are from his military academy, and Prompto is just an old friend, so he's not quite as capable in battle. Look at that, the way the material on the jackets go, it's lovely. Right, so, battle engaged. I say, I'm going to go through the battle system properly. The only character you control is Noctis, and with the others it's an AI, which is, I don't believe, or certainly not in the demo, it's not an AI. Ooh, lovely bit of status effect there. It's not an artificial intelligence that you have any control over, but they are pretty clever. They will revive each other, ow, as you go along. I'll go up here and just have a look at how the battle's progressing from safe height, and I regenerate health and magic points much quicker from up here. There you go. I can then warp straight back into action. So I mean, it strikes just how beautifully animated this Behemoth is. I mean, it's a staple of the Final Fantasy. Look, I mean, even when I hit him, you can see the impact on the legs. They're a staple. They've been around in Final Fantasy for years. They're always blooming tough as nails as well. This guy is no exception. Around out there. Something they're going to have to work on, I think, is the camera. Right, so you keep plugging away. We're not making much of a dent in him at the minute. He's blind on one side, so provided you attack it from the right, he can't see you. I'm on the left-hand side here at the moment, which is not so good. So this drags on for a little bit, and eventually what happens, what I didn't figure out, which is why there is a cut about to happen here, is that you'll make Scarpa, because it's obvious that you're not going to beat it. Now, what you've got is a little yellow marker. You'll see it there. We'll scroll around to the background, which tells you that's where you have to go. Well, when you're in the midst of beating up a massive Behemoth, you don't necessarily notice that, so it took me a while to figure out that that's what I had to do. So we got to the point where we know we can't beat the Behemoth, and we are just going to try and escape, and that is the end of the first boss battle. So we're going to come back to this. We're going to go through the Goblin Cave, which gives you an ability that is very important. So I'll catch you next time in the Goblin Cave. I hope you enjoyed this. Happy gaming. Catch you next time. Bye bye for now.